Good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. I hope you're doing well. For today, I'm going to discuss the learning strategies and assessment techniques, which are the oral assessments and running records. So bear with me as I'm going to cover their definitions, purposes, case skills being assessed in matatag curriculum, examples, disadvantages, their advantages and potential benefits, implications in teaching and learning, how these strategies and assessment techniques are being taken, and differentiating oral assessments and running records. Now, what are the oral assessments? Oral assessments is a formative assessment technique that evaluates learners' spoken responses and understanding. In the matatag curriculum, oral assessments are ways to check how well students understand and can talk about what they have learned. In these assessments, students answer questions, join discussions, explain ideas, or present their thoughts out loud. The goal is to see not just if their answers are correct, but also how well they can communicate and think through their answers. These assessments help students improve their speaking skills and critical thinking. Next is its purpose. The purpose of oral assessment is to assess fluency, comprehension, and the ability to articulate ideas in real time. It encourages critical thinking and active participation. It is also used as a frequent tool to check comprehension, particularly in subjects like reading and languages. Teachers can also use tools like oral prompts, role-playing, and oral interviews to assess learners' oral language development. Next is we have the case skills assessed of oral assessments in matatag curriculum. The matatag curriculum focuses on important skills assessed in oral activities such as verbal communication, critical thinking, and active listening. Next is the examples. The examples activities are oral questioning, group discussions, presentations, and role-playing. These activities help students practice the key skills that are being assessed in matatag curriculum. And through these activities, students learn to express their ideas, think critically, and listen well. Next is the disadvantages of oral assessments. Oral assessments have some disadvantages. First is it can cause nervousness for some students. Since this is an oral assessment, students might struggle anxiousness, making it hard for some students to express their knowledge clearly. Unlike written assessments, where students have time to organize their thoughts. Second is oral assessments require quick responses which might not fit to everyone. Next is the advantages and potential benefits of oral assessments. First is oral assessments are versatile. Orals have been used successfully in a variety of disciplines, including mathematics, religious studies, business, physics, medicine, and modern languages. Second is oral assessments provide evidence and support for higher order thinking and problem-solving skills. It allows teachers to provide prompts that help students work through difficulties, letting them better demonstrate their problem-solving skills. This makes oral assessments both kinder and more thorough. Third is better learning. Oral assessments encourage better learning outcomes. The act of explaining an answer to the teacher adds to the student's learning, making the assessments an opportunity for further learning. Fourth, oral assessments potentially change the way students study. Students in Ianon and Simpson study focused more on understanding and less on memorization, when they knew that they would be having oral assessment. Fifth, oral assessments help students develop authentic communication skills and their discipline. Sayuri suggests that oral assessments help her students learn how to talk fluently and allow students to develop the ability to communicate in skill areas that they need in the real life situations. Next is the implications for teaching and learning. So in teaching and learning, oral assessments are helpful because they allow teachers to see how well students understand and use language in real situation. Teachers can give feedback right away that helps students correct mistakes and learn better ways to say things. Oral assessments also helps teachers know the strengths and weaknesses of each student so they can adjust lessons to meet their needs. Through oral assessments, teachers also can make learning more engaging and see progress in students' speaking and listening skills. Oral assessments are especially helpful for teachers and young students because they let them use language in a natural and interactive way. Oral assessments help make language learning active and communicative. They encourage students to build important language skills while also boosting their interest and confidence. Now let's proceed to running records. Running records are the tools that allow teachers to keep tracks of their students' progress and identify patterns in their reading behavior as students are developing their reading and comprehension skills. It is also a formative way of teachers' assessment measuring a student's oral reading strength, weaknesses, and comprehension. Next is the purpose of running records. So running records are used to collect information on young readers who are still reading aloud and working on basic skills. These are also an informal assessment tool that are used to measure a learner's reading fluency, accuracy, and comprehension. A teacher listens to learners read aloud from a selected text and records any errors, miscues, and self-corrections. A real-time assessment of learners' reading abilities as they read aloud. It allows also the teachers to determine the learner's reading level and identify areas of difficulty. Next is the case skills being assessed of running records in Matatag curriculum. The case skills are divided into two. These are errors and behaviors. For errors, it encompasses substitution, insertion, omission, and told. For behaviors, it also encompasses appeal, try that again, repetition, and self-correction. Next is the examples. So this is the example of running record sheets. And for you to be guided with symbols and markings, this is the examples of running records, symbols, and marking conventions. Next, let us proceed on how to take a running record. First is select a book. Select a book that approximates the child's reading level, and it could be 150 words long. Explain to the child that he or she will read out loud as you observe and record his or her reading behavior. Second, sit next to the child. With the running record form in hand, sit next to the child so that you can see the text and the child's finger and eye movements as he or she reads the text. Third is mark each word using the symbols. As the child reads, mark each word on the running record form by using the symbols on the chart. Fourth is place a check mark above each word that is read correctly. If the child reads incorrectly, record above the word what the child reads. Fifth, ask to pause if reading is too fast for you. If the child is reading too fast for you to record the running record, ask him or her to pause until you catch up. Sixth is pay attention. Be sure to pay attention to the reader's behavior as he or she reads. Seventh is intervene as possible. Intervene as little as possible while the child is reading. If the child is stuck and unable to continue, wait 5 to 10 seconds and tell him or her the word. If the child seems confused, indicate the point of confusion and say try again. 8 is praise for motivation. Praise the child as long as needed for their motivation. Now let's proceed to the advantages and potential benefits of running records. Running records have advantages and benefits. First is help teachers see each student's reading level, strengths, and areas that need improvement. Plan lessons that fits each student's needs, give quick feedback, and track progress over time, making it easier to change teaching methods if needed. Running records also help students build important reading skills like accuracy, smoothness, and understanding, which builds their confidence as they see themselves improve. These assessments also help students set reading goals and give teachers more time to work closely with each student, creating a helpful learning environment. Next is the implications in teaching and learning of the running records. So running records allows teachers to assess students' reading levels, strengths, and areas for improvement that help them tailor lessons and provide additional support. They enable teachers to monitor progress and make adjustments as needed. For students, running records boost confidence, help identify mistakes, and encourage goal setting, and also it makes reading more engaging. Now let's proceed to differentiating oral assessment and running records. Oral assessment focuses on verbal skills and assesses critical thinking, while running records focuses on reading skills and track fluency.